What's up, nerds? I wanted to draw something in a new book, but for that, I'm trying to draw like a cover for a comic that I'm not making. Like it's not like in production or anything, but I would like to turn it into like a few small like strips. About this concept that I picked up last year in November, so literally more than 6 months ago. But then a bunch of stuff happened, and this sketchbook that I have right here, um, I accidentally ghosted the person who made it because it's handmade, you see, and accidentally ghosted the person who made it for over half a year. And I was so ashamed of it the entire time that I didn't draw in this sketchbook because it reminded me too much of him, and it felt like so terrible for me to be using the sketchbook while I was ignoring him. Look, there's a Star Set concert card in here. I went to that in October. So right now there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 empty pages in here, and I used this for I think I got it about a year ago. On actually literally a week ago, the anniversary of this book. I got this on the 1st of August, 2024. And that's all the pages that I drew in. And I used it for... Okay. This last page isn't dated, but the page before it is to the 26th of November. And it's an unfinished comic. And I wish my front camera was better, but it's an unfinished comic. And I hadn't thought about any of these things for like so long. And a lot of this art that I looked at it and I looked through it and I was like, why was I literally so... If you pause right there, I'll show you anyway, but I just thought that was funny. The page that I just flew open is a drawing of 3 naked, fat, and hairy men. Me when I've got a type. This is me in a shirt that says I heart fat men. I accidentally showed this to someone at school once. They're not bad drawings. They're not. They're pretty good. But they're kind of cringe because it's... Whatever. This isn't even what I was trying to talk about. Like, I looked at some of these drawings and I want to get into this more in a different video. Like, I want to go through a bunch of the stuff in this because I feel like I excelled. Last year, summer to November was literally, like, such a big year in art for me for some reason. Probably just because I love this book. It has a really nice feel to it. I had some really great pencils. This one was, like, a self-portrait that a lot of people that I know really liked. I just thought it was a-okay. I really like the concept. I'll reuse it at some point because I don't really love this portrait all that much. I'll probably do it digitally, to really get most of the freedom, that I could get. Here's the fat man again. But yeah, this is a comic and the draft. And this is the concept. So let me show it to you. This is like all my drafts. This is how I draft a comic. This is usually how I do it in this book. I actually don't know how many comics are in here. I just looked at it, but like the last thing that I did was also a comic, so I will be drafting on this side, the drawing, and then on this side I will actually do it. It looks so professional. Like, look at me Xing out the spaces that aren't going to be needed. Oh my god. I started saying that unironically. Oh yeah, look at this. I didn't even mean to show you this. I don't want to get into this, but look, it's Dejiko. This is as on model as I can draw her. And then, there's a sheet of baking paper literally sewn into the top of the page so this one doesn't, like, blur on each other. Because I use such soft pencils. But this is my, Dejiko drawing in, like, my style, kind of. Like, I don't actually usually draw like this. I don't know what happened here. But, like, this is not really lined. This is all the sketch. And somehow... Why was I so clean with this? What the hell? Anyway. Where's my other comment? There it is. So this concept that I did... God bless this stupid keychain. that I have that makes so much noise. So this comic is, I just wanted to make something about how I'm really interested in dressing in like OG style clothes. Here's me literally accidentally showing you all the drawings that I didn't mean to. Where is it? Where is it? No. I'm trying to look at this though, me in a leather jacket. Oh my god. Here, this is an entire page inspired by like different alternative styles. A lot of these purple ones are goth. This one's also goth, and so is this one, and that's just me normal because I needed something to fill that page. Look at this one though. Look at how, like, why was I literally goated? Why is this cooler than anything I make now? How did I do this? There was no sketch on this. Now I feel like I couldn't do this. I probably haven't been practicing enough. Anyway, that's like a cute little OG outfit. Me wearing it. I love this fucking style of clothing. I wish I could wear it every single day of my life. But it's expensive. And this is a little chibi. I don't know why I drew like little horns on it. I think I just like the imagery of like a devil tail and stuff like that. Here is it again in like a different outfit. This one's more of like a dress. So it's kind of gothic Lolita, not really OG. This one's OG again with like striped socks and stuff, which isn't really a thing you'd do in OG normally. So it's me just like adapting the style and changing it a little bit. So maybe that could be Lolita as well, I'm not sure. Whatever, the lines are blurred. This cool little cross. And then this is just an outfit that I do own. And this little ball. I don't know, it's very like strangely anime inspired, which I don't usually do. Yeah. But I really liked these drawings specifically of this like little vampire type persona. Like even this one. It's so good, dude. What the freak with the sheer skirt and everything. And I even drew, do you see this? Do you see how there's lace in the front? And then do you see this line back here? That's the other end of the lace that you can see through the sheer skirt. What the freak was I drinking at that time? And these are all without references too. I feel like the pose is also really sick. And then like the cross hatching, hello? Fuck was I doing? Who gave me this power? Give it back. Can you tell that I'm jealous of myself from this time? Because for some reason I was just so dedicated to drawing because it was so fun in this book, just because it felt so nice. Anyway, so I took the concept of this little, like, it's kind of a devil vampire type of person. I just really enjoyed these drawings, and then I was like, why don't I not here? Why don't I, like, oh, this is Tito, by the way. Look at that. I drew this at school. This is her performing. This is when, like, I think this new Tito synth V version was pretty new. For some reason, the corner up there is missing. That's Dejiko again. Where's the damn comic? Here. And so I kind of developed the character, like, right here. You can see I'm just changing the outfit a little bit. That's a sketch, and then I was like, why don't I do, like, a little angel character as well? And then I thought, okay, because, like, this one would be OG style, then let's make this one a little bit more Lolita. But I actually don't really like this. I just kind of sketched it over there and was like, okay, I guess. Because I much more wanted to just finish the damn comic. So, this is about shopping online, / just looking at cute outfits online. And then seeing how expensive they really are and how you probably will never afford it ever. And then this is you kind of like lamenting the fact. I say you because it's supposed to be relatable, but this is me. I looked like this. And then you can see, oh my gosh, who is this? What's on my shoulder? What's on your shoulder? Look, it's like a little cartoony devil. You know, devil on your shoulder. And he's trying to get you to buy it, even though you literally can't. And you're like, no, and blah, blah, blah. It's like this old cartoon trope of the devil on your shoulder trying to, like, persuade you to do stuff. But then I also added this little angel. Look, he's poking out over there. And then I'm like, oh my god, angel on my shoulder. Help me, dude, what the heck? And then, but the angel will sing the exact same thing. He's also like, oh my god, you should totally buy it. and then you can't trust that those like little creatures' judgments, even though they're like their concept is that they are supposed to help you judge things, but both of them are like have the ass opinion, you know, and they're like, oh, we don't care, that's so funny, hee. So by default they're both kind of like devils, even though this one is supposed to be actually an angel, but it's like he doesn't care that he's supposed to do the good thing. Like he just wants to do fun things. He wants to do what feels good, and so does this one. And so in the end, you have to decide your own things, and you can't listen to these guys because they're stupid. And so I thought you could do like a whole comic about that. You know, not being able to really trust like both angel and devil of your own judgment, and having to like dig a little deeper, come up with your own better conclusion. It's kind of on a much deeper level. It's about how I'm mentally ill. Can you believe it? The artist has inserted his mental torment into the fun little comic. That is what it would be if I do expand upon this and do more strips of the comic, because then it would be much more apparent, since my brain is kind of a little bit upside down, backwards, and it's like a crumpled piece of paper, and so my judgment is often very wrong, like how I have very terrible like anxiety around social situations, and having to actively remind myself that those things aren't the truth, and that even though I feel these things, oftentimes those feelings, my feelings aren't really rooted in reality, and I need to like ground myself and think about the actual situation and not listen to those little voices that are, by the way, not like voices, but just like annoying thoughts that you yourself have, you know, that keep cropping up in your mind. So these two little guys, they're basically just like the personification of intrusive and invasive thoughts. In this case, it's like this strip doesn't portray them as intrusive, just as invasive, which the difference is intrusive thoughts are like actually bad thoughts, like kill that guy, jump off a bridge, slit your wrist until you die. Those are intrusive thoughts, but no, not invasive thoughts. I'm thinking about impulsive thoughts. Like in this comic, they are portrayed as impulsive thoughts because they're like impulsively buy that dress, bitch, even though you don't have money. Do it anyway. But they're supposed to like portray both. So I want to do more comics with that because it's a big part of my life. Like I said, very, very ill. And I feel like a lot of people could relate to that. I posted this on like Twitter probably because I think this was in okay, wait. I started it in October. In October I did the sketch, and in early December I finished it in color. Or at least I finished the line art in this early December. Maybe I did that sometime else. Whatever. But yeah, and then these are just very rough concepts here for this one comic that I wanted to get out. But then later on, I tried to draw them, the two little angels and devil again. There's some really good drawings in here that I would actually like to finish, which is really ass because I can't do that right now. I still want to finish this comic, but it feels so weird coming back to a comic that I haven't touched in over half a year. But I guess that's just like artistry sometimes. And it's a good comic too. It is. It really is. It's got nice expressions. Oh my god! Ancient Bob Brickface! Wait, what the freak? This is in between 12th of November and... what is this? The 25th of November. So sometime in November I started watching Bob's Brickface. It's really been that long. What the hell? Okay, anyway. And this was me trying to put their concepts a little bit more down. I was gonna also put color and lines on these. So here's him again in this. They are wearing this little outfit. I added some hearts and like more bows and stuff to try and make it a little bit more cohesive. But I still didn't like the color of the other one. But this is how they're supposed to look like. And their main differences are supposed to be rather subtle. So this one just has like the bigger, much more droopy eyes that are meant to look like kind of puppy dog. Like, oh, trust me, I know I'm so little and normal. And this one's name is Pure because he's like an angel type character who like pure and perfect and whatever. And that's the vibe he's supposed to have, and that's the air that's supposed to be like around him. You know, it's like, oh, trust this one. You know, this is the good one. Then I came up with like a little symbol, which is, you can see it better down here. It's like these two angel wings on top of each other, and they got a little star and like a thing. Because I like stars, so I just wanted to incorporate a star into the design, which is why he's got this weird little thing on top. And also because I didn't want to just be basic and have him have just a halo, so I was like, I gotta put something in there, right? So yeah, big bow on the back of a dress. Big fan of shit like that. Big petticoat. The angel wings are supposed to kind of be attached in between the shoulder blades, but come down. Can you focus? Come down from the front to just look like a cape or perhaps an extension of the petticoat. I thought that would be kind of neat. Yeah, so then they've got this guy. This one's name is Mischief, and he's kind of the devil with vampire teeth, though. I don't know, and his symbol looks like this. It's like, it's supposed to be more angular. And it has like the devil tail that like comes down from like the middle. Yeah. Maybe I'll rework these as well. And then do you think these are supposed to be simplified ones? Which just like this and that? I don't know, but his tail is also a heart shape, which you can see. Heart shape. Oh my god, he's also got heart shapes. They're similar. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should probably add some bows to this guy's outfit as well, just to be like, oh, more like design similarities. Yeah, he's got this pitchfork. I just thought it'd be cute if he had a pitchfork, and I'm pretty sure it just helps the image. I don't know if I should give him like a magic wand or something. Angels don't usually have that, but you know, maybe. Also their difference is supposed to be this one's hair is supposed to be more like angular and spiky, and this one is supposed to be just a little bit softer, which you literally can't even tell in these drawings, but that's what it's supposed to be like. Okay. This is just a sketch. This one, can't really see the wings because they're kind of small, because he's supposed to be like a little bit pathetic and annoying. So if the wings are like smaller to fly, he would need to do a constant little flap, kind of like an annoying bug, you know? Because that's how those thoughts feel, like just like an annoying little mosquito in yours that's like, you know? And this one's wings are a little bit bigger, so he would make like bigger flapping motions, which are supposed to be like, maybe feel a bit more like calmer and soothing, but that's just what he wants you to think. That's what he wants you to think. That's what he wants. Evil face. Yeah. Because he's supposed to be like the thoughts that you might think are the right thing to do, but they're not. Those are like, you know, because there's some intrusive thoughts that in moments you're like, oh, this is the right thing to do. But then it's seriously not. If you want me to get into it, and I will, it's like a trigger warning self-harm. It's like harming yourself, where every single time I was super mentally very not, you know, in my super ill moments, I will say, where I was like, I thought that it was like the right thing to do to like harm myself. But obviously, and no, that's never the answer. But even in those moments, it felt like good, you know? Oh my god, he's an angel and he's good, and doing that felt good. Yeah. So that's that. Back to this one. Sorry, I have a lot to say. I just realized. I think for him, mostly, I'm just like, oh, I want him to have like a cute little outfit and like stripes and stuff. maybe kind of hypnotic looking, because even things that you know are bad can sometimes like persuade you. Like that's the whole thing of the devil on your shoulder. He's supposed to be persuasive. Anyway, you can't really see the wings from the front. Yeah, this one's got piercings because he's tough. His eyes are supposed to be like more of a distinguishing feature also. This one's aren't droopy. He's also got a lower eyelid. This one doesn't have a lower eyelid, which makes the eye look a little bit like more open. But this one is supposed to be like in a constant little annoying smirk. And also this one's got like little stars in the eyes, which, you know, star parallel. Woo. It's supposed to be like kind of excitement and stuff. Like in cartoons, when a character's like excited, sometimes they will have like stars in their eyes. So I wanted that to be like a constant for him. Yeah, what else? The tail's kind of cool. It's kind of just there to look nice. I haven't really thought about that much. I designed them first, to be honest, and then thought more about what I wanted them to be. But yeah, so together they're pure mischief, because they're both bad, you know? And them together, they confuse you. They make you confused in the head, and you don't know what's right and what's wrong, and that's why they're pure mischief. I thought about changing this one's name a little bit more. I really like naming a character Mischief. I don't know, it's just cool. There's probably like a million OCs out there who are named that. I wasn't sure about Pure, because Pure isn't really something that sounds like a name. Mischief definitely kind of sounds like that. You know how there's like nouns that already have established meanings, but they kind of also sound like names? Pure isn't one of them. Maybe Purity? Something else that's like connected to angelic things or good stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it, but Pure Mischief is pretty funny. I could name the, like, if I ever make like a collection of strips, I could name it that. Okay, I just came up with that on my own. Look, we're workshopping this together, me and you, and I'm pointing at myself, and I'm pointing at you. You right there. Thanks. So yeah, I really want to rework this idea. It's almost 3 a.m., but this is so cute, and then I wanted to draw like an illustration with them together, but it kind of ended up way too high up in this corner, and there's not enough space for his halo to be floating above his head properly. Do you see how much space is down here? That happens when you don't really look at your sketch properly. Anyway, but they're like touching butts, kinda. Because he's kind of just like floating there, and then he's like sitting on his back / on his butt, kinda, and he's got like a T, because calm or whatever. But honestly, I just like the idea of having him like have the tail kind of dangle in front of his face. I don't like this expression anymore. I want to redo that. But I do think that the whole like the framing device of like an angel wing here and this one, and it's like, oh, look at this one, and then look at this one. That seems kind of cool. But yeah, I never did anything with that properly. I remember I finished a sketch in school. So yeah, I really want to like do something with that. And the idea for that was like a little sketch, which since I have so much space now, I can do this properly. And it would be like a sketch of, I randomly came up with this one night. So these are the two guys. You can see this Pure, this Mischief. Can you tell this is supposed to be two horns and the tail? And they're like inside of my brain cavity, which is open. And this like my head kind of from a top-down angle where you can mostly only see the eyes and maybe a disgruntled expression. And they're just like laying in there like the two halves of my brain. And then I was kind of thinking of which pose to do, like if they could be hugging each other to look like the shape of a brain with their bodies more, or if I liked this up and down type of thing. I don't know, but then I wanted to like make it big on this side, but I didn't actually intend to sketch that afternoon. That was the time when I got rained on. I didn't really mean to go there that day. So I only had a ballpoint pen. Also, look, I decorated the front. Isn't that cute? Yeah. This is also the first time that I've opened this sketchbook in months. Maybe I could do that tomorrow. I should probably start getting to bed, not drawing. Really true. Very true. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed my presentation about my little guys.